So guys, we are finally back again for another reaction on this Mystelics reaction channel. Guys, if you have not done so, you can pretty much check out the previous reaction I did today on the whole situation involving a mother getting a bus on the Mother's Day walking roads of brothers and sisters, and of course the act, not the act, but the poor individuals pretty much asking for a strange request in that regard right there. You can definitely check that out in the first comment in the comment box below the previous reaction. But of course, welcome back to another Mystelics reaction video. To the Mystelics family out there, big up yourself one time. I say Mystelics video. I was thinking about the app right there, Mystelics Tube, of course, which you are pretty much setting up right there to pretty much drop, I think, soon. It'll drop soon this month there. It's gonna be dropping, and I'll keep you guys posted on this right there. So hopefully you guys are back again. Of course, if you have not done so, definitely turn on the post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And the newcomers are there. If you want to become a part of the Mystelics family, that's definitely what you do. You definitely click subscribe, click the bell, and click the all notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through right there. I tend to react to a number of videos taking place in Dominica, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world by extension. Pretty much dealing with Dominica, and of course, you know, from time to time dealing with other stuff right there. Now guys, as you can pretty much see right there, another name surfaces in connection with the arrested BVI premier's proposed cooperation, also from Dominica. Who is this one right there, guys? None other than what is his name? I seen Astafan. Tony Astafans, brothers and sisters. We'll get into that in a moment. But of course, remember reading as a follow-up to this article right there, arrested BVI. What is BVO? BVI, no, what? Hey, BVO Premier, Papa. Maybe it's a mistake. The I and the O close. So BVI Premier seeks to mitigate his sentence by cooperating against other corrupt Eastern Caribbean leaders. Of course, this is the article right there. For he could spill the beans on corrupt Caribbean leaders for lesser sentence. Of course, we know that he was stated to have been involved in some sort of drug trafficking, which we would have definitely profited about $7 to $8 million per shipment when it comes down to that kind of vibes right there. And of course, he tried his best to see if he can utilize his diplomatic immunity, which of course did not work in the United States. And of course, you can pretty much see right there, is in custody in Miami facing a probable long prison sentence in the United States, as reported. United States has reportedly reached out to the American law enforcement through his representative to be able to do what? Reduce the time he will have to spend behind bars. It's a hell of a thing if you know you have to spend 45 years to life for that crime there, and you say, okay, let me speak, man, and you get a 25 years. Well, I mean, you might come out when your spleen almost don't working no more. Your backbone probably, you know. But at least you'll get out, man, instead of spending the rest of your life in prison. Maybe 10 years they might give him maybe something, you know, if he spill the beans on the Caribbean. And of course, I'm going through this thing right there. You can actually read it yourself. Although he has not specified with the Caribbean which Caribbean leaders he intends to testify against. An address he gave on March 14th, 2019 during an OECS authority address in Guadeloupe may provide clues. According to court records, there are video and audio recordings to back up the government's claim, although some documents may have been sealed by the court so as to not alert the additional leaders he identifies as new targets and to prevent their flight to avoid arrest and prosecution right there. Anyways, guys, based off this thing right there, who is the name drop? Well, we know Tony Astafans is not a Caribbean leader. He pretends like he's one, but he's definitely not. You need to stop his dirty, smelling, nasty, stinking ways, man. Anyways, guys, correspondence in an effort to learn additional details about who Fahy alleges he has incriminating information and evidence against, sufficient to return a reduced prison sentence, according to what I just read a while ago. Our original information is that overtures have been made. Okay, overtures, whatever that is, brother. But you know, things have been made to representatives. Anyways, let's continue lower down. Our latest information is more specific. We are able to secure a small number of I want to see if I miss anything. Original information, blah 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 blah. After guilt. Okay, let me go back up. Original information is that overtures have been made to representatives of a certain U.S. government agency which was promised to be furnished in exchange for a motion to the court after a guilty plea. So he pretty much has to plead guilty and then sell out everybody, man, to ensure that a sentence below the U.S. sentencing guidelines would result. So apparently, if that is a specific, you have to get a less sentence if you sell out everybody else, right there. This has reportedly caused dismay in a number of Eastern Caribbean capitals where corruption and money laundering of the proceeds of crime are rampant in the Caribbean. Is Dominica involved? Interesting, right there. Anyways, our latest information is more specific. We were able to secure a small number of additional names at this time, as we are advised that there are several Caribbean officials and leaders whose names have already been disclosed. We are withholding the release of those we cannot confirm pending verification. We know there, so they have some names right there. As regular readers already know, Dominica Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt has been named. So the Prime Minister has been named in what? He has been named in the FIE's spilling the beans on corrupt Caribbean leaders for lesser sentence. So, as regular readers already know, Dominica Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt has been named. One other individual identified by our source is also from the Commonwealth of Dominica, and his name is none other than Anthony Astafans, the long-term advisor to Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt and to Dominica's controversial citizenship by investment passport program. Right there, as Astafan, known to local media as Little Tony. Yeah, he's very tiny. He's a little dwarf guy. Is related by marriage to a powerful political family in Antigua and Barbuda. That's why he normally does cases over there. Interesting. Okay, I thought he was just doing cases for what they call him, his name, Gaston. And then, you know, because Prime Minister say, okay, we have a friend that might be on our side, man. We have somebody that be on our side who, you know, maybe, allegedly, you know, if we're doing corrupt things, he can help us out a little, you know, here and there. Even though he lost a couple cases to Cara. Big up Cara Shilling for one time. You don't know. Anyways, he holds no political office in Dominica. That's Tony Astafans. Possibly due to the fact that he allegedly holds foreign passports and has long concealed his actual citizenship status. He's of Lebanese origin. Astafans' relation to the rest, now ex-premier Fahy, he has now been replaced, is not known. But given his close relationship with Skerritt and his legal representation of a number of Caribbean leaders who have been what in illegal, who have been in illegal. There's an interesting tongue-tying thing there. In legal trouble over the years, he is believed to be the power behind the throne in several countries that sell citizenship by investment passports, working behind the scenes. As we secure independent confirmation, additional details on who he has named in his desperate move to mitigate his sentencing. What is a potential 20-year sentence in an American prison will be released on this blog. So I guess we'll have to keep tabs on this one. But apparently, Skerritt name has been called, and Anthony name has been called according to this article right there. I want to go back in this article and see where exactly they stated this. Let me see if I can get it. Most powerful drug kingpin. So, interesting. So this is the article I just read. Is there any more? Yep, there's more. Details effort BVI Premier expose other Caribbean leaders. Still up. Let me go in that and see what's up. But, okay, all right then. Look the wiki. Look there. Okay, well, we're going inside there, guys. We're going inside there. Federal magistrate in Miami agrees to $500,000 bond on the conditions to release BVI Premier, but government seeks detention and will appeal. He was pretty much brought in for cocaine trafficking and money laundering case. Yes, that's pretty much why he was thing. Anyways, let's go back. Let's go back to this right there. Details of effort by arrest BVI Premier to expose corrupt Eastern Caribbean leaders stir up an hornet's nest. First on the list we see Gaston Brown. Big operation, you know. We know that they call GASTON. The largest amount of interest in the story has come from Dominica and Antigua. We understand the concern from the Commonwealth as its Prime Minister Roosevelt SKERRIT is is a known associate of the arrested BVI premier. I remember there was an article talking about Fahy, talking about, you know, his influence was brought about by SKERRIT. I remember reading an article like this saying the person who inspired him was SKERRIT. Interesting. And considered SKERRIT to be one of the, you know, the top, you know, people who were making, you know, movers and shakers, apparently. And they move and shake so much involving drug now. That's crazy. Boy, you mad. Anyways, but we are puzzled as to why readers in Antigua appear to be obsessed with repeatedly reviewing the information contained in the article. While we are aware of the extent of the relationship between Fahy and Antiguan Prime Minister Gaston Brown, we will now be focusing on attentions upon such connection. In addition to our present investigation, Prime Minister SKERRIT, long-term known friend Fahy. Efforts to discredit this blog and its author have increased exponentially since the article was published. Interesting. As well as unsuccessful tests. Anyways, 5 years ago, SKERRIT and members of his cabinet, responding to allegedly money laundering and sales of diplomatic passports to international criminals made on this blog, filed a civil suit against me in Dominica, employing the usual shoot the messenger ploy. But a judge there refused to allow the case to proceed. The old case has now resurfaced in Dominica's state-controlled media in a new effort to stifle the truth. Well, we can't stifle the truth. They call his name, eh? If they call your name boy, they call your name partner. Huh? What you doing in that? What you doing in them thing there? The man that involved, and it's interesting that both of them, of course, I mean, there's best friend. Even Gaston came down during election time. I think it's not this one, the last one that passed there, but the one previously. He came down. Partner was on stage speaking and all kind of thing. I think I was there, you know. I think I was there. It was somewhere in the south of Dominica, somewhere. And he was speaking on stage and thing. Yes, guys, sometimes I tend to go to different ones because I want to see what different people say. Lying and thing, and they like to lie. They like to lie on stage. But you see the video. But they brought him. So obviously, if this SKERRIT is involved in it, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Gaston Brown isn't involved. I mean, the very reason of NEP itself, I think, was extended between these two. And they tried to do the same thing. I think maybe SKERRIT got it from him, from Gaston, or Gaston got it from SKERRIT or NEP, you know, to try to lessen the unemployment rate. Because unemployment rate has been rising increasingly. So what we tend to do, hey, let's pay people the very minimum wage to go and cut grass. And therefore, if we employ them, then it will stop the unemployment rate from increasing. So that's one of the ideas that they actually had. They didn't really care about the people, you know. They care about what it will represent, what it will look like on the government. Right there. So apparently they catch them in the names. I myself want to know further what exactly the involvement is in this regard. But apparently his name, these two individuals, according to this article, stated that the names were named right there. Like I said before, details of efforts by arrested BVI premier to expose other corrupt Eastern Caribbean leaders, of course, stirs up the honestness. Hey, if I fall, everybody have to fall. That's how it goes. That's why you don't get involved in corrupt practices, brothers and sisters. You do not get involved in these things. You get involved in corrupt practices and the person, they catch one of the people you involved with and they expect them to expose you to. Huh? If I fall, everybody fall in, boy. So that, well, both of them apparently in this thing. So, guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right there? I myself want to know how exactly are they involved. I guess he just name dropped and we got the information right there talking about our corrupt Caribbean leaders. Are we surprised that these individuals are corrupt? I mean, we heard that this individual himself has been, you know, renting a property for $30,000 per month. And then he's also now asking the Antiguan people them to increase his salary. You think he's care? They care about people like that? You think he's care? They care about the people like that? Renting his own house, however he buy the house. There was some sort of, you know, interesting thing in that. Which apparently is the same thing in Dominica. Hey, whose house is this? And what have you. But anyways, he was renting his house for some person $30,000 per month. I think. Or the son is getting 30,000 US dollars a month. Right? Something like, yes, it has to be this. I remember reading an article like this right there. Prime Minister now is building a new house. Even though he's telling to people not to go and buy fridge that have ice maker. He building a mansion during a pandemic. Boy, we go to that place there, boy. Yeah, boy, we go to that place there. But it'll be interesting to find out how exactly the Prime Minister is connected to the BVI. I just remember he was on an article where the BVI, Fahi himself, was saying one of his inspiration was actually SKERRIT. So, on that effort right there, yeah. Birds of a feather, brothers and sisters, they always flock together. And if they fall together, they will fall together. That's why you don't get involved in corp stuff, man. Take it easy. All you making plenty money, $13,000 a month or whatever you making, $15,000. I don't know if you increase your salary. You getting that amount? Huh? You don't have to use your salary. That's what you get in. The people then taking care of you. Why are people involved in all these things? BVI, partner, Fahi. Yourself was getting a set of money. You decide, no boy, I want more money. $7 to $8 million per shipment of drugs. Who you bring these drugs for? For your people, to quiver your people? That is the best thing you decide to do. Huh? That is the best thing. Look, they hold you now. They hold you now. You decide, hey, okay, you catch me? Okay, fine. I couldn't use my diplomatic status. It didn't work there, so that's probably why SKERRIT was sitting on Cabo in the airport. He was probably looking around, boy, I hope they don't hold me. I just say that. But it's interesting, guys, that these guys are definitely there, and of course we know that these guys are best friends. Apparently, SKERRIT's friends are always involved in some strange things. Remember Ali Reza Monfared? Remember Alison Maduke? We heard that they met up in New York in one of the apartments apparently they allegedly stayed in. Guys, what are your thoughts on the whole situation right there? Like I said before, I really want to see how exactly they are connected. But apparently they name dropped these individuals, Roosevelt SKERRIT, Anthony Gaston Brown, and according to this article right there, but not this one, states that who else is involved? Let's go back. Mr. Penguin himself. Mr. should act in the Batman, for real. Guys, what do you think? You should act in the Batman? Let me see that. Let me see that there. Hey! It's all right. Oh, you don't see the resemblance? That just come in my head there. Interesting. Anyways, stop all your dirty ways for me, please. Are you making a set of money? I don't understand people now. Are you making a set of money? Yourself is a lawyer, you're making a set of money. You decide what, oh, let me get involved in other things too. That of man is desperately greedy, you know. It's wicked, but it's desperately greedy too. That's probably why in the previous video you guys saw with the birds, one bird, one all for himself. That's probably why these people getting involved. That's not what the people put all you there for. Well, we don't know about Mr. But these two guys, that's not what the people put you there for, to get involved in corruption. No wonder they have to be striking out CBI because they're checking corruption happening. What happening on the closed doors with their currencies all using. Anytime you use American currency, of course, they will always want to know exactly what's going on. And sometimes these people come to Dominica to do things, and when you think they're doing things for people, is they washing the money. Who knows, brothers and sisters? But hey, you've heard it here already, guys. You've heard it here already. What are your thoughts, man? These are just my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on what we actually read there today? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. Click the bell when you subscribe, and then click all notifications so you can get them vibes as they tend to come through right there. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Thanks for tuning in to yet another Friday video, another Friday reaction. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.